I first met Rain at the very beginning of freshman year. He was always singing or playing the guitar or both. I always liked rock music and concerts, but it wasn't until Rain created Bluphoria that I really understood. Through spending time with this band, it became apparent to me just how powerful live music can be.
Ladies and gentlemen, pleased to announce Bluphoria.
His first lineup fell apart by summer. But at that same time, a record label had been in contact with Rain, and he knew he had to get something together, and fast. He was stuck. No band, no gigs, but a world of pressure. I told him every day that summer that next year we would be sophomores and a whole new world of potential band members could come knocking at our door in the form of incoming freshmen. First came Dakota, the rhythm guitarist. He told us that he was a 19-year-old freshman at Lane.
Was at this house show at what I didn't know at the time was my future drummer's house, Ben's house, and I saw Dakota walking around the crowd, and he screamed at me, hey, another black guy, because we're in Oregon and there's only a limited amount of us. And we talked, and I asked if he played guitar, and he said, yeah, but not the kind that you're looking for. And I was like, okay, what kind of guitar do you play? And he told me he's a blues guitarist, and I was like, that's exactly the kind of guitar I play. What did you mean? Anyway, we jammed in my apartment, and he said, I want to be the lead singer or something like that. And I was like, well, you know, we can talk about that later.
Next came Ben, the drummer, whose housemates at the time often threw house shows. Now, Bluphoria had enough people to start playing gigs again. I went to every single one. I was absolutely determined to watch them succeed. When Rex came to college, he had never experienced something like a house show before.
I mean, you just couldn't beat it. I mean, you know, everyone's right there. The crowd is like right in front of you. Everyone's jumping. Like, you know, it's like they're doing it like with you as you're performing, and it's like the best. It was so much more fun and so much better than any show I played at any bar or club or any theater like that.
But one night, he unknowingly attends his future band's gig.
We were playing this show at this venue called the Tiny House, and I was doing like my normal tricks, stage antics, and little did I know that Rex, our future bassist, was in the crowd gawking at us, which we found out in a photo. he followed me in French class when I was not paying attention. And it just said Rex Wolf musician. I clicked on it hoping he played bass, and his entire account was just bass. So I was like, wow, that's lucky. It's strangely convenient for this story. Lazy writing almost. And then I hit him up. He said yes. We met up. Great time. At that time, I thought all my bandmates were UO students and over 18. I had heard rumors that maybe he was 17, but I didn't believe it because I was like, why would this guy lie to me? And it was around when we went to the library to record, and a cop kicked us out and checked the IDs. And Dakota was like, oh, I don't have my UO ID with me. And they just asked for his student ID, like student code or whatever, and he didn't have that either. So he goes home, tells me he wasn't actually in UO, but sends me a picture of his driver's license, which I didn't know was photoshopped at the time.
At the time, when I started to go to house shows, like I got there and I'm like, holy shit, everybody here is way older than I am. And then with that, I had to lie about my age. I guess I didn't have to. I didn't have to
You
at all.
really didn't have to
Not
at all.
even kind of. I know.
You just did.
But I did, yeah. And then I never really thought anything would come of it. I thought this was just gonna be a passing phase, and I'd go back to hanging out with high school people.
We were all really shocked that not only was Dakota under 18 when he joined the band, but he was still in high school. He seemed calmer and more mature than the 20-somethings we were hanging out with. But we were so grateful he crossed our path. As the pandemic hit, the world became more isolated. But in this time, where there was no more house shows and no more school, we were able to stay together. We are lucky to remain close with a group of people in a time where human connection is scarce. Live music brought us together. It's more than Bluforia's career, it's their purpose. And I'm just along for the ride.
Now let me tell you a story of my situation growing up as a boy in the U.S. nation. Alright, so I met these three dudes one day. We were walking around, we began to play. We were in a rock band, don't know what to say. I was just trying to learn how to keep my shit straight. I'm just trying to tell you something that I think might be a little, I don't know.
Funny?
Anyway.